Welcome, everyone joining us tonight, and any who happen to hop in or watch this video later on. My name is Mark McGrain. I'm the Assistant Council Commissioner for Technology. Uh, Building this stuff and maintaining our registration software is me and my team. Maintaining our website, our Facebook pages, our internal group of the water cooler. And if you haven't been on the water cooler or subscribed to it, I highly recommend you do. We put a lot of information up for our units on that Facebook group. And that's primarily for our units and their families. Main purpose of this is merit badge sign up is coming up on the 15th, and we wanted to make sure everybody is familiar with how the merit badge sign up process works for both Camp Gordon and Camp Scout Haven. Okay, so what we're looking at here is by now you should have already been able to get into your unit's registration. If for some reason you don't know how or you haven't been there, there's a couple different ways. One is on the confirmation email you got from registration. Now, again, this is assuming you created the registration. We'll talk about parents in a minute. If you created the registration, you got a confirmation email. At the bottom of that email was a link into your registration, and you can use that link to jump right into your registration anytime. Kind of brings you to this page. You can also go to the Great Falls Council website at gfcscouting.org, and right under this account login, you can use that if you logged in when you did this and put in your login information, and then it'll bring you to the activities that you've registered for under this or once tied to your email. You'll be able to select it as an activity to view and then a button to view registration. If your unit used Parent Portal um, and gave you access to access your Scouts or your adult account so that you could go in, answer questions like t-shirt sizes or allergies, make a payment, you would use this Parent Portal one over here or the link that they sent you. If your unit turned it on, this is specifically if your unit turned it on, you will be able to sign up for merit badges. That is purely a unit choice. We at the council have no opinion one way or the other, whether your unit does the merit badge registrations themselves or enables Parent Portal for the parents to do that. So if you're not sure what your unit is doing, then be sure to ask whoever's managing your summer camp for that. So I am working in a demo version of this, so nothing here is live. The screens look a little bit funky. Tells you it's demo right up here. So every name on here is a fake name. Doesn't re, Isn't an actual registration. None of the contact information, if any, shows up is actual live information or true. And hopefully that keeps some of our videos from being blocked by YouTube later on when it says that we've posted somebody's personal information. Hence my little disclaimer letting people know that in case YouTube reviews my video later on after I get this posted. So, come the 15th this month at 6 p.m., merit badge registration for both Camp Gordon and Camp Scout Haven will turn on. The only prerequisite in order to sign up for merit badges is you have to have at least $325 paid and credited on that scout. So, what I mean by paid and credited is if you've been making payments online through the online system, that's an automatic reflecting. We can see that right here on this screen. If you mailed in a check or you did a credit card at one of our three offices, uh, went in, paid cash, called the office and had unit account money applied to it, that's fine. But realize that generally takes a day or two for them to take what happened there and posted it to the Black Pug system. Black Pug is our event registration software. So if on the 15th you went in at 4 o'clock and made a payment at the office, you're probably not going to have it ready to go. So please make sure you're paying early. We are trying to keep up on this as quickly as possible to get things done at the office, put in online. Best way is to go in and make your payments online. That's how that ends up working. I didn't want anyone to be confused about why payments not showing. So when we're in this, just a brief overview of this, you will not see this switch to admin and go back. That's just because of where I'm at. Same thing, these top things, this whole purple bar won't be there. But what you will see is a summary of your registration on the tab. Even as a parent, you will just see it'll be like one. If you're a unit, you'll see what your stuff is going on, payments being made. Um, Participants is showing the level that you have. So again, if you are the registration contact for the unit, then you will see all of your youth and adults. Here, if you are a parent, then you will just see the scout or scouts that you've been given access to on here. Payment tab, of course, is going over and applying payment, and then you'll be able to run certain reports. So the report tab, after doing merit badge sign up, you will be able to go in to this report tab, and you'll be able to run, one of them is called a prerequisite per report. You will be able to run a prerequisite report showing what all the prereqs are for every merit badge for the scout or scouts that you've signed up. You'll also be able to run a schedule. So you can run a schedule based on each scout to hand them. You can run a schedule based on program areas. So at 9 o'clock in aquatics, I expect to find these kids, and it'll tell you what merit badge they're taking. In handicraft, I expect to see these kids in this area. So kind of that's a good report for the leaders to go and take with them. And of course, the merit badge schedule themselves for the scouts. Camps do have those schedules available during check-in. So just nice to be able to confirm, hand out like the prerequisite report. Um, After the 15th, I send the schedule to all my scouts to show that they are locked in for their classes. And then the other part is I give them their prerequisite report. And there is one for the unit leader that shows all of your scouts and all their prerequisites. It's entirely up to you if you run those reports or not, but they are available after merit badge sign up has happened. And then it's under this report tabs here. So if we were looking at that, the custom field packing list is kind of like your t-shirt report for that, your roster, payments are done, but class schedule. So those will start going from there. Parents will have a little bit of a different report, right? They can only get the ones just for their scout or scouts. Unit leader gets all of them. So hopefully we're kind of familiar with this screen going on here. This is the main contact of the registration, who has actual full control over it. And then here we have a scout. And like this particular one is a provisional youth. If we were looking at a regular unit registration, it's just going to be called Scout Youth, I believe is what it is. And then you see their payments. What you're looking for is this update information button. So we come down here and click on update information. So things you want to check and kind of important is that you have the right member ID number in there. Member ID numbers were asked for at the time of registration, but you always want to make sure that this is correct because at the end of camp, when summer camp is over with and advancement records are updated, we actually import that into your Scout Book account for you or Scout Book Plus now. So, um, usually it's about 2 weeks after summer camp's over with that gives us the opportunity to input all the stuff, double check to make sure we didn't make any errors. And then we send an email out to all the registrants and the attendees, just like we did for this training, letting them know that all the merit badges have been uploaded. Now, just some asterisks next to that statement. So if they're taking at Gorton, it's called Fire at Scout Haven Thunder Rock. That's where they get those first year scout skills. That does not import to Scout Book. They will get a sheet to take back to their unit leader, but again, those are skills that require Scoutmaster approval and sign off on those. So while we teach those skills and help get them proficient in it, the Scoutmaster still needs to sign off on it and put it in. If they do any of the awards, so mile swim, board sailing, things like that, we cannot import awards. It will show up on the reports when camp is over with, once we've inputted this information, but currently Scout Book Plus doesn't take importing of awards, just merit badges. So we will get that information in, but through the advancement report, we'll be able to get that. So advancement requirements.
Yeah, just to make sure. So with the fire and all that, would that count as two advancement? So that way we can sign it off in their scout book.
it won't import. You'll actually have to manually put it in like you would right
Right,
now
but
at a troop meeting. But yeah,
just mean that just comes back to us, so then we can sign that off.
correct. Yeah, yep. You'll be able to put it in just like you would from like I say a troop meeting. Um,
Okay.
and same thing, with the merit badges, what you're going to have to do, and it'll be part of the message that I send out when camp's over with. Typically, the way the system works is all merit badges have to have Scoutmaster approval at some point in the process. Um,
Yeah.
if the scout was already approved by the Scoutmaster for the merit badge, then when I upload it, it's going to approve it and be done, and it now shows up on your purchase order. If the scout didn't get the approval, if you didn't go in ahead of time, which is fine because we assume that the Scoutmaster has approved that the scouts talk to their Scoutmaster before signing up. Um, when we import it, it's there, but it typically needs a Scoutmaster or somebody designated to approve the merit badge for it to become part of your purchase order and show that they've earned the merit badge. So, and I put that in the messaging that comes out. So just realize when
Okay.
we send it out there, somebody goes and looks, it's like, oh my God, Timmy doesn't have first aid, but I know he took it at camp. Well, go take a look at his first aid merit badge and see if it still needs the Scoutmaster sign off on it. And that typically
Right.
takes
It's
care
just
of
the
the
paperwork
issue.
part.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so always good to recheck your screens to make sure all this information is filled out in here. Some of these you won't see because they're past, but we come right here for our class schedule. So right now it's showing blank with the periods that they have broken out. In order to sign up for classes, and again, have to have 325 credited for payment in the system in order to do that, or it won't work. We go to the select classes button. And on this side is the classes you have signed them up for. On this side is the classes that are available. And you can jump to different periods. So if I want to not start with period one for whatever reason, I want to jump to a period nine, I can do that. Um, if I want to search for a very specific merit badge, for most of us, we're aware of certain merit badges do tend to fill up before other ones. So maybe I want to hop in on that one first. I'm just going to say rifle. You see, as I started to type, it changed um, my my class listings right there, and then just clear that out to go back to the beginning, and you'll see I'm right back up to right back up to here again. Um, you could also, and I never do this, but if a class is full and you don't want to have to scroll through it or see it, you could hide full classes. I don't because I want to know that they're full. In our council, we enable every class on a wait list. So if you'll see right here that like this particular class, archery, has a maximum of 10 people, there are 10 spots available. If it fills, you can still select a class. It will put it on the wait list and still let you sign up for a class at that time frame. Now, what happens with waitlist is if for some reason that class opens up, you'll get an email because we'll take care of that in the background. We'll actually move the person, get the one person out, move the next person in, and then you will get an email telling you that we have added them into the archer and removed them from the other class. So you'll get an email to let you know that that merit badge schedule has changed. So if at some point you put a kid on a wait list and they're not interested anymore, be sure to come in and take them off because we do this automatically. So if they no longer wanted that, they really want the one they're signed into, make sure to remove the one from the wait list. And I'll show you how to add and remove these classes because if not, it's an automatic movement. Um, we don't confirm it with you ahead of time. To add a class, so you just hover right over it. And again, just a brief description of this. What merit badge? Don't overly stress on these 2015 versions or if it has a version up there. That's a black bug default thing. They are all on the current merit badge. Sometimes it takes a little bit for their title to reflect that, but they are all on the current merit badges. As we know, every year, certain number of merit badges make an update. Brief description, when the class runs, which is pretty much your whole week, except for the first day and the last day. What period, the time frame, max amount of participants. If we come down here, uh, yeah, I don't know why that's not showing where it's at, but where it's located at, if there's additional periods that's being offered. Um, if there is a fee to it, you'll see the fee that's listed. So any kind of pertinent notes to go along with it. It just doesn't list the prereqs on here. That's something you should have looked at with the course catalog. So to add this class, all I got to do is just click on it and it added it over. So you see it now brought it over to there. It still has 10 slots available because I haven't finished this. Once I finish this registration, this update, then the numbers will reflect. On the back end, it's already holding the spot for you. So you've got this spot. It's not like, 12 people can all be waiting on this right now. It's actually holding the spot until you close out this registration. And if you don't hit done, it's going to clear everything out on you. If you added a class you did not want, you just click on the class again. Are you sure you want to remove it? Yes, I am. And it moved it back. So that's all it takes to do that. Now, to kind of give an idea of this is you see that this one's at 9 o'clock. This one's 9 to 10:30. So as soon as I click on animation, it jumped me down to the next time I'm available to do a class, which is at 10. So it doesn't let you go to class. It doesn't let you overbook. The only way it comes close to that is with a waitlisted class. That's when you could click on a class that was full and then still click on another one during the same time frame because it'll have a big red waitlist thing sitting here. Otherwise, you just come through. Um, and again, I'm just clicking. I mean, I'm not going for anything particular here. Okay, and you can see like here is some bonus things that go on, and this happens to be particularly Camp Gorton, but some after hours activities during the open area time frame. Kind of gives a description. This will go on Wednesday night. Prerequisite is 14 and above, and it tells you right here that there's a minimum age. It takes this off of the date of birth on this spot a little farther up on the registration. Um, oh, that it's not showing me on the demo one. It's getting it from the date of birth that was put in. It's you have to actually enter that into to get that. No date of birth, it won't let you sign up for it. And then with this having an additional fee to it, you can select it for the additional fee, and it will, and I'm just doing this to show you, it's over here. When we are done, it will add the additional fee to your total due price. So I'm done. I want to lock in the schedule. Click on done. Okay, you can see that there is now a class fee right here for $5. That added that in. Now, if I want to go back and relook at it, of course, there's reports. But if I come to this update information now and just scroll down, you can see this class schedule now. And you see like this life-saving one, that took three periods. That's a long class going on. Artificial intelligence took 2 periods. Um, so this will take care of doing that. And if I don't think we have any this year, we have in the past where like particularly environmental science has been like period one and then say period four. It'll create a break like that, and then it will actually block out things at period four, so you can't do it because the way the length of that class goes. But I don't think this year we have any that split like that. So I go in. I wanted to change this class, change something. We just go into select classes. And again, you can change whatever you want. So if I don't want to do this life saving anymore, click off. Am I sure I want to remove it? Yes, I'm sure I want to remove it. And now it opens back up for the classes that I could select instead so that I can. And if I don't, it's not going to force me into it. So I could click done and back to update just to show you. And there's a gap. So you do, while of course we encourage that you sign kids up for taking full advantage of summer camp and getting all the activities that they can there. If you don't have to. So is there an advantage to registering for the extracurriculars during the free period versus just signing up for them at camp and paying at the trading post? The only advantage, you could do either one. the advantage is limited number of spots. So if it gets filled, it gets filled. There's no spots available to trading post. So they don't create bonus ones just because it's there. So, whoops. Typically, I don't think any of them have actually filled up at summer camp. I mean, online ahead of time. I think there's usually been openings, but it is always a possibility. So I would encourage if they know they want to do it, take care of it now. The other side part is if it's something they might want to do, but they're not sure. Um, Kids typically come with money to summer camp to spend in the trading post, the slushies, the candy, things like that. Um, they'll have less because they'll need to pay for that there, where if they do it online, it's just kind of added into the registration. Can adults sign up for the extra? It depends on the extracurricular. If the extracurricular is open to adults, then you'll see a schedule under the adults. Right now, I believe they are all set for youth, and they'll take care of adults at camp if there is space still available because, aiming towards the youth first. But, to confirm that one, double check with camp directors at each camp. They're the ones who would be able to better answer that question. So, again, we can, take care of whatever we need here. I think we've covered that. If you didn't want to hit done and just go back and see that schedule real quick about how you're coming along, just show class schedule, and it brings me right back to that version. Now, you can print blue cards. We don't require them. We take care of tracking all of this at camp on our sheets. We enter it in. What you will be able to do is when camp is over and the stuff is added in, then if your unit wants to use blue cards for some reason still, then it's actually under reports. You can actually run a blue card report where you can print out blue cards. If you use Troop Master, there is a Troop Master export. Now, of course, that doesn't work with Scout Book. Um, it's just a local unit tracking. So if you're paying extra for the Troop Master program and using that to track things in your unit, I do enable the Troop Master download, and then you can download and import from that. But on the actual, Scouting America records, we import those for you. Same thing, you will also under reports be able to get your advancement summary report. You'll be able to get an advancement detail report um, along with the blue card report. So you'll have access to a bunch of reports. None of them unless somebody in your unit needs them. And a prime example for this is I'm a committee member in my unit. I'm the one that's taking my troop there to summer camp. I'm the one that has the registrations under my name. Um, Even though all this goes into Scout Book, if we have other things going on with our troop, nobody else from the troop can actually get into this registration. So if say the advancement chair wants a hard copy of blue cards or advancement summary reports or advancement detail, you'll actually have to go in and get that under the report section. There's no way for them to get into this system to access that. Even if they're a key 3 member, that has the the access to the unit's rosters, they still can't access this registration. It's actually locked to the person who had it. And even when you have another member of the troop that's going, you've given them their parent portal. Even when it's another adult, it's still called parent portal access. They can only see the reports related to them. They can't see reports for the entire registration. So I hope that kind of makes sense in there. Okay. Um, so that's kind of basically our ins and outs of merit badge sign up. Like I said, I come back up here to reports, and then now I'll be able to look at a class schedule and see what that's going on. And then I'm in under a unit leader right now, so I can get my Scoutmaster report showing classes by scouts. Where are they at those time frames? And same thing by period, classes, prerequisite by scout, prerequisite by unit. We're not currently using this QR code, so don't worry about that. And then these are showing right now. They won't show until it's done, but detail, summary, blue card. You can run an incomplete report and Troop Master export. So The other thing is if you have questions, you're always welcome to reach out to me. But on all of our registration pages, down here at the bottom, there is always this orange little tab that says support. Blackpug's great. I'm very thrilled to be working with them again. And on here, if we open that up, there are videos based on what screen you're on. And mine are going to look a little bit differently because I'm sitting in the back on an admin side, but it still shows up on the front, excuse me, on the front end for you. So if you're in here in participants, um, there will be more videos here about um, doing things relevant to the screen that you're on. So there is always that support page. And of course, you're always welcome to reach out to us and we can help you out through these things. So with that, that's kind of my merit badge count, my merit badge sign up training for camp. Are there questions? Feel free to unmute yourself or add into the chat room. My scout is an out of council provisional. How does Scoutmaster sign off on a merit badge? Oh, okay. So well, welcome. Glad you're here. So, little bit change for you, possible change for you guys. So, depending on the council you're with, if your council is using Black Pug and they upload membership, then the ID number would be there. Um, if not, then you make sure it's manually typed in and it's the correct one. And the correct one can be found either on My Desk Scouting under someone's personal profile. It can be found on Scoutbook Plus under the roster. And you want to put that in because what happens is when I do an upload, it doesn't matter what council they're in. It's a national software, Scoutbook Plus is. So when we do the import, it will actually update all of the scouts wherever they are. Now, in Great Falls Council, if you happen to type one instead of zero, I can at least look it up and fix it. If you're out of council, I can't. So what happens is this is why on my email it will say when that goes out that the advancement has been done, you can go in and check it. It should have imported. If not, this is typical of a couple reasons. I'll come to the name one in a second. But for out of council, you'd have to go in or your unit leader would go in and just manually add them like if the kid presented a blue card. But otherwise, it'll go off on that. And as far as the second part of that, they sign off on a merit badge just like they do with any other blue card that's brought in. So they would go into Scoutbook Plus, click on Timmy, you'll find that merit badge. And when they select that merit badge, there's a spot right near the top on requirements that has a box for Scoutmaster sign off, and they access that through their login. So your Scoutmaster should already know how to do that. They should have done it for a few other ones. And if not, they can always email over and we can walk them through that. Now, when I say that some issues that we can run into on this one is, with the advancement upload, one, it's really important that the ID number is correct because it's working off of that. But the same thing as the name. And as funny as that sounds, um, if Emily goes by Eli and you typed in Eli, that's not a person in scouting. That may be what they go by, but their registration is actually Emily. So you need to put that in under the name is Emily so that we can actually make that work. If it's not there, it will error out. And if you're in council and I'm looking for you, um, those are ones I can usually figure out. But if it's way off, I can't figure it out, and you'll just be using advancement upload. And well, the advancement upload won't work for that scout. I'll get the error message, and then you'll have to go in and actually manually put it in later on. Okay. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Yes, we have a few scouts that got partials last year. They get waitlisted. So we have a few scouts that got partials last year. If they get waitlisted this year, is there preference given to getting them into this course if slots become available? Also, would they need to take the whole course again if only missing a small part? So, that's a great question for the camp directors. My understanding is they do not give preference on wait lists to people who have partials. That's a camp director question. My understanding is they don't, but that doesn't mean they won't. The wait list really just works into the next person. So 10 spots filled up, 11, 12, 13, they come over in that order as they go in. And The answer to the next question is no. You never need to retake a merit badge. You would only need to take the parts that you're
Mark,
there
can
for,
I,
but realize if you're taking that as a partial and finishing it up at camp, you might be missing out on some opportunities there. That might be a better email directly to the camp director to say, my kid or my scout, I say my kid because I got two of them in it. My scout has a partial in this. They've completed it, or they just need to, they complete it and need somebody to sign off on it, or they just need to do X, Y, Z. The camp director might be able to help accommodate you in some way at camp other than signing up for the merit badge and occupying the entire week with that merit badge that they've also got a partial in. So I would recommend having that conversation with the camp directors. Okay, well, in that case, thank you for coming. We'll be getting this video cleaned up and posted hopefully by Monday.